Do you believe that to be rich, you need to show it to the world? What if I told you that those who appear poor have a better chance of building wealth than those who flaunt their riches? In a world where financial success is often measured by appearance, there's a silent group of millionaires who take the opposite approach, living below their means to quietly amass wealth. The key to true financial freedom might lie in adopting a simpler life, away from the spotlight. Let's explore how and why this could be your best strategy. We live in a highly consumer-driven society, where we are often judged by what we have, not who we are. For many, there's immense pressure to display status through material items, branded clothes, expensive cars, luxury homes, fancy dinners, and extravagant trips. However, these choices can become financial traps. When you spend a large portion of your income on flaunting wealth, it limits your ability to save and invest. And saving and investing are the foundational pillars of building wealth. Instead of investing money in assets that can grow and generate more income in the future, many people choose to spend it on liabilities that drain their resources over time. Think of the following situation. An individual with a good salary decides to buy a luxury car, which automatically increases their monthly expenses for maintenance, insurance, and fuel. While they may impress friends and acquaintances with their new vehicle, they are actually reducing their chances of accumulating enough capital to make profitable investments. By the end of the year, they've spent a significant amount just to maintain their image of success. Meanwhile, those who understand the power of money prefer to let their resources grow quietly, driven by the force of compound interest. One of the keys to getting rich is understanding the power of compound interest and cumulative growth. When you adopt a simpler lifestyle, you save a significant portion of your income, allowing that savings to be invested wisely. Over time, these investments start to generate returns on returns, creating a cycle of growth that accelerates as time goes by. Imagine that you can save 20% of your monthly salary by living a frugal life. If that 20% is invested in a diversified portfolio with an average return of 8% per year, in a few years your investments will grow exponentially. Meanwhile, those who chose to live more extravagantly, spending everything they earn, will be stuck in a cycle of limited income and growing expenses. This cumulative growth doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, discipline, and consistency. However, in the long run, the results can be extraordinary. Many discreet millionaires we know today followed this strategy. They lived below their means for decades while building a solid base of assets that eventually led them to financial independence. One of the biggest misconceptions about wealth is that it has to be visible to be real. We often associate wealth with huge mansions, expensive cars, and designer clothes. However, many of the richest people in the world are those who choose to live simple, modest lives. Take, for example, the famous investor Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on the planet. Despite his immense fortune, Buffett lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 and prefers to drive affordable cars. He could easily live in a multi-million-dollar mansion and drive the most luxurious cars in the world, but he chooses not to. His philosophy is clear. True wealth comes from financial freedom, not from showing off. How many times have you seen someone spend more than they can afford just to maintain an appearance? This constant pursuit of impressing others can be a dangerous trap. After all, true wealth is freedom. Freedom to do what you want with your time, freedom not to rely on a paycheck, freedom to dedicate yourself to what truly matters to you. And that freedom is earned through smart financial choices, not by spending money in an attempt to look rich. When we talk about appearing poor, we're not suggesting that someone should live in poverty or give up all comfort. It's about a mindset, a philosophy of life that values what really matters and avoids unnecessary spending on things that only serve to impress others. This could include living in a modest home. Instead of buying the biggest and most expensive house you can afford, choose a home that meets your needs without excess. Larger houses usually come with higher maintenance costs, taxes, and general expenses. Buying affordable cars. Contrary to popular belief, luxury cars depreciate quickly and have high maintenance costs. A more economical car can offer the same transportation service without the extra expenses. Avoiding luxury brands. Branded clothes, expensive watches, and other luxury accessories can be tempting, but often come with a disproportionate cost to their benefit. Opting for quality items without the designer label can save you a fortune over time. Focusing on the long term. Instead of spending your money on immediate and fleeting pleasures, think about the future. The sooner you start saving and investing, the faster you'll see financial results. Besides the clear financial benefits, living more simply brings a range of psychological advantages. When you choose not to join the race for status and show, you significantly reduce the stress related to money. There's no constant pressure to keep up with others or maintain an image that often doesn't reflect your true financial reality. This peace of mind is one of the key factors contributing to long-term happiness and well-being. Instead of worrying about the next big expense, you can focus on accumulating wealth and living according to your values, not others' expectations. Many of the millionaires we know today are what we call silent millionaires. They don't boast about their fortunes, don't flaunt their possessions, and often go unnoticed in a crowd. Yet these individuals have built enormous wealth over the years, simply by adopting an approach of frugality and financial discipline. These silent millionaires teach us that true wealth doesn't need to be displayed to be real. They chose to live modest lives while their investments grew quietly. And in the end, it's this accumulated wealth that gives them the freedom and comfort that many who opt for ostentation will never achieve. Adopting the mindset of appearing poor is actually one of the smartest strategies for those seeking financial freedom. It's not about giving up comfort, but about avoiding the traps of show and focusing on what truly matters, building a solid and prosperous future. Remember, true wealth isn't in what you show to the world, but in what you quietly accumulate. So, the next time you're tempted to spend to impress, ask yourself, is this money bringing me closer to or further from my financial freedom? If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with those who are also on this journey to build a more authentic brand. And let me know in the comments, do you think adopting a simpler approach can really increase connection with the audience? I'd love to hear your opinion.